All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name's Nick, a.k.a. Breaky CPK. I'm going to be your caster for this match here, which is Luminosity Gaming going up against Cloud9. This is a DreamHack event that's currently going on right now, this being October 28th. The group stages here, and both of these teams, their first game of the group stages, it is best of one. You need this win here, and obviously the map that we're playing on is Dust 2. So welcome to the broadcast here. We got Luminosity on CT, Cloud9, of course, on the Terrorist. So to kick it off right here, aggressive play coming out from Bolts, actually, against Freakazoid. He gets the shot first, and a headshot at that. So 1-0 start here in favor of Luminosity. Bolts trying to continue it. Ain't going to happen, though. Skadoodle, Shroud, they come through with a couple headshots of their own. The aggressive mid-play here from Luminosity, ultimately backfiring onto them. It seems like Cloud9 going to start slowing it down now, playing the pickoff game. And they figure, okay, let's work A now. 2 players dead. They figure maybe one only is going to be there. They would be correct on that assumption. Fallen the one at that spot. He is going to have to deal with this smoke grenade. Pretty damn good placement right on top of him, as you would expect from these pro players. Sean Guerra's going to go down off the bat, though. Fallen spraying through the smoke right there. And now falling all the way back. Skadoodle did get across. Is going to be able to get the plant off in this 3 versus 3. Shroud making some peeks happen, seeing if he can get Fallen here, but obviously Fallen, well, he's falling back a little too much, so not going to be able to get him there. Steel going to work his way up catwalk. Going to try to peek first, get the shot. Skadoodle sees him, though. Going to hide behind the box, play the patience game, but Fallen and coldzera coming through. Skadoodle gets picked off. It's up to nothing. The Phenom here, he gets one and Fallen. He's going for the second. He can't make it happen, though, but the time is a-wasting. He's trying to kill at least the support here. He can't even do so. And the bomb is going to be defused. So coldzera manages to live with 3 life. Jordan, a.k.a. Nothing, doing all that he can. Unfortunately, coming up short. So we'll be a 1-0 start here for Luminosity over Cloud9 here, coming from the counter-terrorist side. It's a hell of a start for them. Indeed, they managed to retake the site right there. Couple of back-to-back shots, kills even from the team. Ultimately taking over, leaving Nothing in a nearly unwinnable spot. Skadoodle going the scout here, trying to get a nice pick here in mid, at least get information at the very least. Nearly gets the shot, but comes up short. Fallen, the challenger here, in that middle. Just going to try to spray it through now. You see coldzera is actually nearby with that SMG. See if he can maybe get some damage onto him. Nothing going to play patient. Back with the Tech 9. Steel may look to push up here. coldzera, he's going to get some action soon, most likely. As Freakazoid and Shroud are perhaps trying to make a move. Fallen still trying to peek. He's going to get that peek against Skadoodle again. Both of them missing one another. He is pushing up that catwalk right here. coldzera, he's just waiting patiently. I wonder if Cloud9 is going to expect this here with the SMG up close. Not going to go through just yet. We do have a rotation elsewhere. It looks like Nothing. He is working towards the B site still against Steel. Freakazoid is going to make the move. The SMG, though, too strong. 2 dead off the bat. That's 3. It's a hat trick coming out for coldzera. Let's make it a quad kill, he says. As Skadoodle goes down, Steel is able to take out Nothing. And a complete genocide in favor of the counter-terrorist. Apologize here. I'm going to be sipping some water every now and then. These solo casts, after all, does tend to dry up the throat, so got to keep hydrated. Got to keep hydrated to keep the cast going here. Bear with me. All right, here we are, though. 2-0 start now in favor of Luminosity. As far as the buy situation goes, you do see a save for Cloud9. Once again, kicking in. Fallen still with that scout. Shroud just doing his USP peek, or Glock peek, excuse me. Sean Guerra's kind of jumping across the double doors, not expecting the SMG to be there. Of coldzera. He goes down. Fallen does manage to hit the shot on Freakazoid. And coldzera keeping the SMG streak going. He changes to pistol now. Probably want to get back to that SMG. He says he does. He gets it, and he gets Nothing as well. What a start here for coldzera. 9-0-0. You could not be asking for much more if you're Luminosity Gaming here. And coldzera. So a hell of a start here, leading his team to a 3-0 start on the CT side. Obviously, they got to be pretty satisfied with that. Now a couple of ops coming out between Fallen and coldzera, and the FAMAS elsewhere of Bolts, Fur, and Steel. As far as Cloud9, they're going with a full leg case here. It is time to buy, and it's time to go hard. They are going to kind of split up again, play the patient pick game here. As I say that, Nothing peeking out long. Hey, he goes down. Shroud will get revenge. But Fallen takes out Shroud as well, so a 2-for-1 there. And once again, the numbers in favor of Luminosity. Seems like the rest of Cloud9 now going to make their way up catwalk. It's going to be up to Fallen here. Can he hit the shot? Oh, he's going to look away now. But happens to not be looking. They're not going, though. They're just playing, again, patient. Going to walk towards back B, maybe guessing that the rotation's already happening. As I say that, though, Freakazoid, he may try to make a move here. Probably good that he doesn't. Fallen was ready once again. You do see coldzera, though. He is ready as they're going to be coming up in. He's going to get a shot here in a second. He gets it on Sean Garris. And they're down to 2. Skadoodle and Freakazoid having to make a play. coldzera's on top of it, man. If this wasn't a LAN event, I would have some assumptions here. Not going to lie. But Freakazoid, it's up to him. He's going to at least go for some kills. He can't do that. Bolts comes through, takes some damage. But a 4-0 start now in favor of Luminosity. Again, coldzera, MVP status here. Coming out from Brazil, 11-0-0 on fire. So Cloud9 needs to figure something out. coldzera is playing in the middle area. You see a very early pause here coming out from Cloud9. They already want to talk strat. And we're going right on through it. So here we are at the beginning of round number 5. And again, a save coming out for Cloud9. They work their way towards long A currently. Simply hoping for kills. Freakazoid up in front as usual. Fur gonna play the angle here. Gonna spam get 1, gets 2. The rest, they stay back. Flash coming out. Now here's the second round of players. Fallen comes through, helps Fur out. Fur will go down to Sean Garris, so they get 1 kill out of this as Cloud9. I think that may be it, though. Unless Sean Garris, no, he can't get more. Bolts comes through with the 2 in the end. And now a 5-0 start in favor of Luminosity. So Cloud9, very important round right here. Another buy coming up. It's one of those cases, you got to start getting that momentum going, especially on the terrorist side. Already down 5-0, so Cloud9 really looking for a win here at the very least. It looks like we do have that pause coming out now from the side of Cloud9. So apparently the mic is not working on their side, but safe to say, definitely a bit of strategy pause coming out here as well. Obviously not the start that they're looking for, especially coming from the terrorists once again. I got to say, it goes back to that first round right there. 3 versus 3. They're holding the A site. And in the end, it did not come through. And nothing was left to him. 1 versus 3. And he obviously, great player that he is, could not do enough to break it through. So you look at the pick'em prediction. 79 to 21% in favor of Cloud9. But right now, if you have this 5-0 score and then you redo that, something tells me it might start skewing the other way a little bit. But the team from Brazil really trying to make a statement here against the Americans in Cloud9. So, see about this mic issue getting figured out here. And being able to resume action. So, yeah, again, as far as a bias caster goes here, myself, I'm definitely a fan of Cloud9 for the bit of CSGO watching, spectating that I do. So I figured why not look to cast one of their matches here in the group stages. But having to deal with coldzera, man. 11-0-0. Hell of a start for him. He's got that op here in this round. The one-shot action coming at you. Skadoodle's going to give his shot here with the op. See if he can break through. I also am a huge fan of Nothing as a player. While we're in this pause right here, kind of a side story. I have a lot of history from Counter-Strike in terms of I've been around the game for a long time. It's been a large part of my gaming career, personally, for those that may not know me, or for those that do, maybe don't even know this, but I started with Counter-Strike. It was really one of my first competitive games that I started really getting into. I went to LANs and whatnot. I also went to a LAN center. I'm from San Diego, California. I went to a LAN center there called Grid 05 quite a bit. And sure enough, this player Nothing over here, Jordan Gilbert, he also used to go to Grid 05 quite a bit. And this was back when the dude was, 12, 13 years old maybe. So I knew the guy very young. And holy crap, was he just as good then as he is now, it feels like, at least. So dude was amazing. This little kid with a long blonde hair just coming in and just freaking owning everyone. It was quite the experience. I was definitely one of those many of players that got owned by Jordan Gilbert there. So. But no, I've met him up at events before as well. We've talked about that and reminisce about the past. But it's good to see him, especially here in the big ranks and where he deserves to be. A fun player in general, of course, as well. So here we are coming out of the pause, though. Getting the 5-0 for Luminosity. Now we got Cloud9, Skadoodle peeking mid. Ooh, nearly got that shot, I felt like. But comes up short in the end. coldzera, he's got his angle now. Can he get one here? Yes, he can. He almost got two. That almost lined up perfectly. He does get Shroud. He misses Freakazoid. The pressure's on middle. They're trying to box him out here. Smoke's coming out, flashes. Bolt's even trying to help out coldzera now as well. The pressure's on once again. And now you see some rotations from Cloud9. They're now working towards that B, going lower B into upper. Steel, he's the main B holder here for Luminosity. Wind here, some noises. 1:05 to go in this round here. You got Fur pushing out all the way of long A, realizing they're not there, so some good information for the side of Luminosity that very likely they're going to be in these B tunnels. Skadoodle does happen to hit a shot on Fur as he was peeking around, so much for that good information. Ends up in a death right there. We're even at 4 versus 4. Bull's just going to spam through the smoke, hoping for the best. Looks like they're making a play towards Catwalk, though, as Cloud9. You have Sean Garris coming up long A as well. coldzera could find himself in a tight spot here. He is just banking on nobody coming long A right now. And that could hurt him right here. Sean Garris just about to peek, and yes, he gets the kill. So coldzera really hoping that no one was coming long A. He rolled the dice, and he comes up short in the end. And once again, the whole situation, this time it's a little better than that first round. Not only, obviously, we got rifles and whatnot, but we got 4 versus 3 here. For Cloud9. Skadoodle getting the shot on Bolt. Sean Garris taking out Fallen. And all of a sudden, it is just up to Steel. He's playing the safe game. Nothing knows that. Unfortunately, he'll run right into the bullet of Steel as a quick headshot comes out. So, Steel gets at least 1 kill. That'll probably be it, though. But that's got to feel pretty good for Cloud9. 5-0 start here in favor of Luminosity. You know, it's coming out of the pause. That's what you really hope for, especially. They get the victory in the next round. And trying to build up their momentum now. So, going into round number 7, a 5-1 lead for Luminosity Gaming. Dude, look at the scores once again. coldzera, his first death of the game right there, suffered in that round. But 12-0-1. We'll see if he keeps up that momentum. Something tells me he just may. Dude is looking good. Skadoodle going for the mid-pick. Gonna just miss the couple that passed. Don't know how much information he was able to give his team right there. But 2 and B, look at the long A push as well. Look at the mini-map there. Coming out from Luminosity. However, they guessed wrong. It is going to be a B collapse. Coming out mid is Cloud9. Several going into the side as well. coldzera in a tight spot once again. And Freakazoid will take him out. So back-to-back op rounds for coldzera, and he dies now. Won't have a lot of gold this next round. Money, excuse me. Steel goes down. Fur will get a response on Sean Garris, but it is a 3 versus 3 there. It's going to be a hold here on Cloud9. They haven't planted the bomb just yet. Trying to get the smokes out, allow him to do so. Fur is already kind of peeking in here at the window spot, though. Need to be careful about that. Can't find the angle, though. They do get the bomb down. Very tight spot to retake here. Still got grenades left, including a flashbang here from Fur. Gonna use it. Skadoodle avoids it, then peeks. Nothing takes out Fur. I don't think Luminosity is going to be able to do this here unless it's a great play. Bolts gets 1 shot, but he goes down quickly to nothing. And now it's just Fallen, only 17 life. He's trying to run away. Ain't gonna happen, says Freakazoid. Shows him his muscles and takes him out. So, good finish of the round there for Cloud9. And they get 2 in a row. Now you look at the buy situation. Steel has $1,100 saved up here. $1,150 really. $11,550 that is. Is gonna buy an op for coldzera, looks like. And coldzera will hand it off to Fallen, actually. So it's the op, everyone else pistol round here. For the counter-terrorist. Fallen. Going to get a peek there. Nothing picks Fur long A, meanwhile. And they're starting to pressure it out now. Freakazoid still trying to deal with Steel here in the middle. Spam him down through the double doors. Meanwhile, Fallen, he's using the op in the ramp area towards CT spawn. Shroud knows somebody's there, that being coldzera behind the boxes. He's looking for his flank now. Nothing coming just yet. Trying to get Fallen here with that op. Can he chase him down? No, he cannot. What a shot from Fallen as Shroud drops down. It is 4 versus 2, though. Fallen, not much life to work with here. He's going to jump away. The smoke's out. He kind of has to guess here. So it's going to be an easy bomb plan in the end. As still doing the peek at Catwalk. Just a matter of time before Sean Garris sees that shoulder. Obviously, they know he's there with the bullet spam. Something tells me Fallen just gonna simply save. It looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Steal only with the Deagle, hoping for the one Deag. Only has a couple more chances here. Says nope, it ain't worth it. Gonna fall back as well, so it will be the third victory in a row for Cloud9 coming out.
It is going to explode.
Bomb is indeed going to explode. Going to be a pretty good money spot here for Cloud9. However, again, the op was saved from Luminosity, and they will have plenty of buy around it. So, pretty good round overall for Luminosity considering the circumstances. One of those, yes, we lost the round, but probably the best case scenario, despite losing it type deals.
Let's go. Let's go.
They get a second op on Zera, as well as M4s around. Bolts with that silenced M4. Fallen, go over the pick middle. Comes up short. Bomb as well as two others in the B tunnels here. Still gonna nullify that Molotov. The smoke coming out here. Pushing up a little bit. Nothing to the right of him. I don't know if he's gonna pick up on that. He is gonna play it safe though. Falls back. Trying to get some type of information, but as expected, just so much smoke around the map here. It's tough to see. So, Coldzera still working towards B as far as sitting here with the op, and it's probably good because here we go. Flashbang's coming out. Ooh, they're not going to peek though. They probably have a feeling Skadoodle's going to take a chance here. Oh, Coldzera comes through first though. That's always a tough shot, of course. You got one opper sitting there the whole time, the other one trying to peek it. Advantage Coldzera there. That's going to be information, though, for Cloud9 to say we don't want to go that way anymore. Sean Garris will pick up the op. And they're going to work their way now all the way in the other side of the map towards Long A. Obviously, if you're Luminosity, you probably have a decent idea of this, too. By now, 20 seconds remaining. They're going to have to work quickly. Bombs down, falling the quick shot. He can't hit the second one, though, as Sean Garris uses his op to do so. They also got Fur killed. And they may be able to get this plant down as they're going to start passing here. Smoke goes down. Bomb being planted by Shroud. So they are going to get the plant down, actually, just before time runs out there. And now, once again, the 3 versus 3 situation. Coming cat in mid. Bolts trying to peek up. You got nothing. Gonna look towards the ramp. Can he get Bolts here? No, he cannot. Bolts gets the shot first. Down goes Shroud as well. Down goes Sean Garris. What a retake there from Luminosity. A 3-0 exchange. They worked together as a team and got the shots off. Gotta say, Cloud9 definitely missing a little bit of their shots as well. Not helping their cause right there. 6-3 lead now, Luminosity Gaming here over Cloud9, so Luminosity will slow down the streak now. That was 3 in a row for Cloud9 before that victory. But Cloud9, you look at the buy situation for them, and obviously plenty to go around. Winning the 3 in a row prior to that. They got the op, the 4AK, Skadoodle with the op. Freakazoid coming out of Long A. 4 players in that Long A area, including the bomb. Only one out there being Sean Garris, working the B tunnels. You have Fallen back on the platform with that op of his. As flashes start coming out, so a suspicion here of Fallen that things may be happening in the Long A area. Trying to get the perfect peak spot here.
I'm throwing smoke.
He does have backup from bolts below him. Cloud9 is starting to work up. Freakazoid in the front.
Smoke. Molotov.
Peek's going to happen any second now. Molotov's coming out, falling a little bit of panic right there. Has to fall back. Going to go for the shot. Yes, he gets the first one on Freakazoid. He can't hit the second, though. Sean Garris comes in first and takes out Fallen. So 4 versus 4 now. Bomb's going to be planted. They've been great with the retakes, though, so far, especially in the A side. See Bolt's kind of jumping up, hoping for a shot here. He may get it. Ooh, comes up short, though. Nothing, taking a little bit of damage, however. Working up as a team once again. Shroud does win the battle there, and so does Cloud9 as the team. It's Coldzera by himself with the op. 1 versus 3. He decides it's best to play the save game. Shroud knows this. Going to try to chase him down here.
going to explode.
Zera hits the shot, though. He needed to hit it. He does, as he's been doing for most of this game. 15-0-3 is Cloud Zera, but the round is won by Cloud9 right there. So 10 rounds in, 6-4 lead for Luminosity. Again, they have a 5-0 start here in this first half so far.
Let's go, my brother.
Look at the buy situation for Luminosity. Some Tech 9s, Deagle thrown in there, but you got the op on Fallen, of course. So the hands in Fallen, and he comes up short. Skadoodle, what a headshot there. Drops down to Suicide, and he hits the shot first. 3 along A here
Throwing a flashback.
for Luminosity in the meantime. And it looks like Cloud9's running right into it. Nobody dying yet. Some way, somehow, Bolts comes through, and Cloud9, they might want to fall back here.
Throwing a flashback.
Yeah, they were running right into a trap here of all the
Throwing
pistols
smoke.
of Luminosity. They eventually pick up on it, starting to make the fallback now. And you see, deciding to work catwalk, it looks like.
I'm throwing a flashback.
And where to go from there. It looks like they are going to bring the bomb cap and get to the A site.
I'm throwing a flashback.
Cold Zero watching long A with the op.
Bomb has been planted.
But they're going to get the bomb down at A. It is a 4 versus 4 technically, but much more in favor of Cloud9, of course, with the life as well as the weapons in hand. Steel, he only has 5 life, 1 bullet anywhere on his body, and that's a kill. They're going to just save that op in Cold Zero at least. Bolt also has that AK. Want to save that, so going to be a victory here for Cloud9, trying to get some kind of chase kills.
We are going to do this.
But it will be 6-5 Luminosity now. Moving forward here. Take a look at the player stats here. Not the most impressive here for Cloud9, individual stats that is. But round wins what matters. Within 1 now, 6-5 leading in for Luminosity. Cold Zero continues to be the star of the match so far.
I'm throwing smoke.
Skadoodle immediately heading towards long A.
Throwing a flashback.
The FAMAS out on Fur here, as well as the M4s and the AK and bolts.
Throwing a flashback. Throwing a flashback.
Middle, they're pushing out. Cold Zero was in the smoke, though. They didn't pick up on it in time. He gets the 2 counters as Fallen got picked off first. Still takes out nothing. Meanwhile, at the B side, the bomb currently in the hands of Sean Garris. Skadoodle does get a pick on it. Bolts through the door, by the way. And he's going to toss the bomb up, or he tries to at least. Gets to the box. Skadoodle will pick it up. The flank from further with the FAMAS. Gets the kill on Sean Garris, and then by the time Skadoodle turns around, Cold Zero flanks him. Well played there by Luminosity, and a very, very big win for them to now take a 7-5 lead. That definitely should have and could have been around for Cloud9, you feel like. But the positioning and the teamwork of Luminosity comes through, including that middle play right there. With the smoke, Cold Zero just hiding in it. 18-0-3 now. Let's make it. Up middle from Skadoodle. Goes for the shot, misses there.
Eco is out. Deploying flashbang. Smoke.
Again, Fallen
Laying down smoke.
with the zone up in the middle area. We'll see where Cloud9 tries to work this round here.
Affirmative.
Seems like they've been favoring a little bit more the A side, especially that catwalk area, mid in general.
Laying down smoke.
No really true rushes either for Cloud9. More so just a lot of patient pickoff play coming out. But to play the patient pickoff play game, you got to hit your shots, and it seems like Luminosity maybe has been out shooting them in this game here.
Throwing a flashbang. Throwing flashbang.
They're going to end up working out towards A. Fur was completely blind there, had no chance. Freakazoid
Flashback.
getting the initial kill there. Fallen in an iffy spot here at the car. They know he's here, and that's the worst feeling ever. You're basically in such a sandwich in a tight spot. He goes down. Cold Zero will fall. Bolts goes down as well, and just steal. All of a sudden, Sean Garris will clean him up.
Planting the bomb.
Quick round there in the end for Cloud9. As soon as the first kill happened, the next 4 followed within the matter of 10 seconds, it felt like. And great take from them, so feeling comfortable with that long A. Started with Freakazoid coming out of the double doors to pick off, I believe that was Fur hiding there. And it's going to be a save round now for Luminosity here in round 14. So they're going to save for the final round of the game. And it seems like Cloud9 might have some information on that. Immediately, Shroud gets the pick in long A as he jets on out of there. Also going to get the pick on Fur for blind there, it looked like. Skadoodle waiting for the flank and ends up getting fallen. That's a result. So Cloud9 well on their way to tying this up at 7 rounds apiece, although Steel will make it interesting. Gets that 1 dig on a Shroud right there. I think every kill with a Deagle is considered a 1 dig. That's just a thing, right? Steel going to go for another one of those 1 digs here. Coldzera. He's also putting the flank, in a long A. Nothing with the spray. Ends up taking out Steel, and now Coldzera just says, I might as well try, darn it. Except he says it in Brazilian. Which I don't know what that would be. 4 versus 1. This is going to, again, be 7-7 here. Coldzera just simply trying to get a kill out of this. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. Oh, maybe. Skadoodle gets found. Caster's Curse, baby. Spoke too soon. And he's going to steal the op, and he'll keep the op because, oh, that was big right there. Whoever that was, I think that was Freakazoid. Ended up dying to the bomb explosion as he was just about to finish off for the kill. So, nice job there by Coldzera. Not only getting a kill, but getting an op out of it for this final round. Yeah, I don't think they would have been able to buy an op, actually. So, that's pretty huge right there, actually. So, they have an op for the final round. 7-7 here. Cloud9 working more towards long A. You have Sean Garris in the B tunnels. They're pushing out the long A, though. Sean Garris trying to work out middle, but Coldzera's there with the FAMAS to take him out quickly. So down a man, Cloud9 still going to work up that long A. Fur hiding behind the boxes. You got Bolts in the catwalk. Fallen looking towards there with the op as well from middle. They're going to get the bomb plant, it looks like, so it's going to have to be another retake here. But numbers advantage in favor of Luminosity. Coldzera and Fallen in a very interesting spot. The smoke's doing so much work, they get the kill on a Shroud as he just sees him through the smoke. And now going to boost up where he wants to at least. He's going to go run into the smoke once again. Freakazoid will fall. They just were not expecting this boost here. And Coldzera keeps his MVP status going. As Steel will finish off Skadoodle, and they'll secure the defuse here. What a half, though. Luminosity going to win at 8-7 the first half for being the lead, at least. Coldzera, though, what a performance by this guy. 23-0-4 in the first half. A score of 50 to kick it off. This is top-tier competition, ladies and gentlemen, and right now Coldzera's acting like he's playing in the Silver League. And he's really good. Cloud9 definitely has the work cut out for them, down 7-8 here. Obviously, as a Terrace of Dust 2, you want to be ahead going into that second half. That's not the case here, so the Americans going to need to figure it out, whatever that it may be here. Going to enter the half. Plenty of viewers here. Oh, nearly 500,000 mark reached here. How is it pronounced? DreamHack Cluj-Napoca. Napoca. I haven't actually figured that out. DreamHack Cluj-Napoca. We're going to go with that. DreamHack Cluj-Napoca. Where the hell is that? I should have done my research here. Anywho. The guaranteed low Cloud9 is definitely thinking it over here, talking about what they need to do differently here in the second half. As you know, a team effort. I mean, it was overall was solid, but man, how do you stop Coldzera? Because he was just rampaging through that first half right there. So that'll be interesting to see how that translates into the second half now, with him going to be in the terrorist here side of things. So as always, though, the first round going to be an interesting start here. Going to definitely determine a lot. So again, the first game for both of these teams here in the group stages. Last thing you want to do is start 0-1 here, and what's a lot of people have been considering these group stages. I mean, overall, the competition across the board, it really is pretty phenomenal. I mean, we got some top tier competition in all the groups here. This specifically, let me double check real quickly. This one being a Group D, no Group. Where is it? Oh, Group A matchup. That's correct. So this one being a Group A matchup here. between Luminosity and Cloud9. They're also joined by, oh, by the way, Fnatic, as well as Vexed Gaming. So, again, definitely a tough spot. But here we go, the second half. 8-7 lead again for Luminosity. A lot of pressure in the middle, as usual with the pistol round here. Freakazoid throwing out the smoke. Don't know if that was on purpose or not, but happening. Bounce back into him. Still no kills just yet. They are working out towards mid. Is Luminosity here. The Brazilian's trying to work into B. Can't do so initially. Sean Garris comes through with a headshot. He'll get a second one as well. Can he get a third? He's falling back to the TDs. He will not get a third. Coldzera comes through. Guess who? And Fallen will fall, though. Coldzera, it's up to him. But, man, if it was anyone else, I may be doubting. I mean, in the end, he is going to come up short. But he even gets one more kill out of it before they take him down right there. So Cloud9 tying it up. The B pressure. Not enough. Sean Garris doing enough with the 2 initial kills to help keep Cloud9 from being overtaken there. Scout pickup from Skadoodle. Going to use that middle here. Not going to get much information, though, with it. Or maybe. No, going to get that peek here now. You see plenty of Tech 9s on the side of Luminosity. Meanwhile, Deagle in the hands of Steel here. Skadoodle will find a headshot on Coldzera. We're going to interact with Freakazoid here shortly, perhaps. Freakazoid with an SMG. Ooh, Fer gets the dink right away. Down to 3 life is Freakazoid there. But both do remain alive as they fall back from one another. Looks like pressure is going to come B in the end. You have Sean Garrison, nothing here in the site, ready to defend. As smokes are going to be coming out, so Sean Garrison, see, I was going to say if he sprays right here, he's going to go when he gets 2. What a spray from Sean Garris. The Vax are all over the place, and he ends up with a third. Nothing gets the last one in the end. And a great hold at the B side here in a save round. Let's see the hashtag Vax, baby. 9-8 lead for Cloud9. So a great start for them here in the CT half. Obviously winning the pistol round, always very important. Leading this momentum. Luminosity going to keep the save going here. This is an outright save, no armor, nothing. So they went for a 4-spy last round, you can call it, I guess. And obviously did not work out in the end, so now finding themselves in a pretty tight spot. They're really clumped up in long A, meanwhile. It's going to be up to Shroud and Freakazoid for a hold right here. Freakazoid starts with a headshot. Shroud comes through with a couple more, and then Shroud will finish off Steel. Sean Garris cleans up Fallen elsewhere. But a complete wipeout for Cloud9 there. So great hold ultimately, and not losing a single player in a complete save round, always a good feeling. Back to Luminosity here for the following round. Settle for Galil on bolts, everyone else with the AKs. As always, this is where we see kind of momentum now. Got the catwalk boost to start it off here. So fast cat coming out from the CT side. Unfortunately for them, though, wasn't necessarily pressure middle. They're going to keep going with it. We'll see if they interact here. Freakazoid, he is going to run, get the one kill on Coldzera first. Sean Garris trying to flank from lower B. Freakazoid, meanwhile, gets another headshot on a Fer. So the aggressive catwalk play comes through. Sean Garris will take out Steel. The lower B pressure proved to be wonder as well. All of a sudden, it's 2 versus 5 now. Luminosity, they're stuck in the B tunnels right here. They're going to make their way towards lower B. Molotov comes down. Fallen has to fall back before he burns too much right there. And they're just going to sit in the B area, trying to get some kind of pick here. Throw out a Molotov of their own. But they're in a really tight spot now. Fallen going to try to make a move finally. Isn't going to happen, though. Nothing comes through. And it's all up to Bolts with 17 life, which Skadoodle says that's easy. Up shot to finish him off. 11-8 lead here for Cloud9. Keeping it going. Very important round once again. So you look at the money situation for Luminosity. Not good. They're going to have to buy some Tech 9s here. On a couple, but definitely simply saving for the following round, which they'll be a little bit more of a comfortable buy depending on the situation here. Again, the fast cat, at least with one player, going up mid very aggressively to Shroud. He's feeling pretty good about this, however, missing some shots here. Coldzera will stay alive. Nothing gets going to Bolts in the meantime, but Steel comes through for as well. And Skadoodle with that op, also the grenade kill earlier. So now 3 versus 2. Steel is able to pick up the M4. Working towards Cat. Skadoodle. Can he get the off? He misses the off jump. That was an important one right there. Now pressure from Fallen. Won't get the kill, though. Still versus Freakazoid, meanwhile. Neither one going down either. Shots just simply missing here. Decision time for Luminosity. They do have the bomb. Fallen has it currently. He's headed towards long A, actually. We are down to a 2 versus 2. Skadoodle, he's going to be the one with some action here shortly. As we see again, the bomb going up towards that long A. Still in the meantime, he's going to work towards B, trying to get a flank on somebody. Freakazoid, he spots it. Freakazoid trying to look towards the tunnel. Instead, he gets flanked from the window. And now it's up to Skadoodle, but Steel comes through. And a win for Luminosity in a round that they probably shouldn't have. With the buy situation right there, really saving for the next round, and they come through. That is a huge victory for Luminosity. That gets them in the op and Fallen right here, and a lot of comfortable buying across the table. Of course, Cloud9 at the same time, they're still in a decent spot themselves as far as money goes and economy. But a lot of pressure long in to start it off. Fur with a quick headshot on a Fur. He can't get the second one, though. Skadoodle will get it onto him with that off. Stalls the initial push here. Skadoodle down at 8 life all of a sudden. I believe that was maybe an off shot right there. Maybe a dink. Molotov at the car. Shroud might be in trouble. It's not going to be close enough. He'll be fine for the time being. Meanwhile, Steel gets picked off elsewhere.
Throwing fire. Throwing flashbang.
Bomb working towards B now. Sean Garris going to have some pressure here shortly, perhaps. Shroud goes down. Down goes Skadoodle as well. Bolts with a quick shot. Through the smoke, it seemed like nothing. He's got his back turned right here. He's looking up Cat, but long A. There's pressure there as well. He feels like they're Cat. He's going to peek long A. He will get the shot on Bolts. But the remaining terrorists are in that B side. Fallen gets the shot on the Sean Garris with the op, and now 2 versus 1. Nothing. Gonna attempt to come in with the clutch right here. Bomb's not planted just yet. Nothing making his move. Gonna spray through DD. He almost got Cold Zero, but just a little bit to the left. Unable to come through. I wonder if he's going to still go for it or not. It looks like it's Jordan. Of course he is. He's peeking towards tunnel, but unfortunately for him, Cold Zero is right below him. He got distracted right there by Fallen. Just good teamwork once again for Luminosity. So comes up close, but comes up short. 11-10 will now be the game. Still in favor of Cloud9, but Luminosity finding a little bit of a groove finally here on the terror side. Picking up their first couple of victories now. So now Cloud9 finding themselves in a tight spot. Freakazoid going to just buy some full grenades here as well as armor. Sits on the pistol, though. Off in the hands of Skadoodle still. A lot of pressure long A right up the start. Fur. Bolts will come through the headshot. Luminosity not afraid to really rush out that long A. Skadoodle, though, he will counter with a quick shot on a Bolts. Cold Zero could not get Skadoodle in time. We got down to 22.
Smoke. I'm throwing smoke.
Seems like Luminosity, though, likes this A site here. Cold Zero making it pretty clear that it's pretty open.
Grenade.
Easier for me to say, though. You're going to have to get past this CT spawn area. They're coming up Cowboy. Cold Zero peeks it. He gets 2. He's going for a third. Freakazoid going to throw out the grenade, hope to get a shot here. And he will eventually get the angle. But Skadoodle, not much life to work with. In fact, he'll go down right there, and now it's 1 versus 3. I think Freakazoid is going to be content on saving this one. So we're going to be tied up going into round number 23 at 11 apiece. And I think Cloud9 is going to find themselves in a very tight spot here in this following round as far as money's concerned. See Freakazoid at least trying to save the op for the team. Going to most likely give it to Skadoodle here. But yeah, it really feels like the momentum of Luminosity as far as working towards A, they've just done it a little more aggressively than that of Cloud9 each of these rounds, and this time it comes through big time. So here we go, 11 apiece, and yeah, you look at the money situation, not too good for Cloud9 right here going into round number 23. So they'll be happy with the op at Skadoodle and everyone else. Couple of grenades here and there. That's pretty much it, though. Individual stats, Cold Zero, he's still feeling pretty good. 28, 2, and 10 now. Only picking up more steam. Shroud See the long A pushes. He feels it with Fur. Fur comes through there, and he's able to take out Nothing before Nothing could do much. Sean Garris, though, going pretty Rambo himself. He ends up with 2 kills. Coldzera both feeling it. Steel, though, will get the counter onto him. Fallen takes out Freakazoid as well, and now it's just Skadoodle with the op. Once again, a very tight spot right here. Bomb working towards B now. Skadoodle trying to peek him. Steel, that is. Catch him in the flank, but it's unfortunately unable to do so. And now, once again, another save chance coming out for Skadoodle right here. But this is going to be 4 in a row for Luminosity. Fur, he finds himself short or close to Skadoodle here, underneath him, in fact. Going to realize here shortly that he's saving in the end. Or that's the idea, at least. Skadoodle will pick middle. No one there, though, so it's going to be a 12-11 lead now for Luminosity. And you look back at that save round for Luminosity that they ended up winning. Really set the tone here. Now they're going to get off, what would it be, 4 rounds in a row? Yeah, this is going to be their 4th victory in a row here. 5th victory, if I'm not mistaken. No, 4th victory, okay. Are we going to see a pause here? Is that what that was about? Maybe not. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, it is pause. Okay. So pause coming out here once again. We saw Cloud9 do this, obviously, in the first half. And when they were down 5-0, then they went on to win 3 rounds in a row, as you see right there with the round victory. So Cloud9 going to try to work with that mentality again. I'm sure a lot of talk concerning around that long A area. That seems like where Luminosity really is winning a lot of these battles here. Fur especially, he's actually had a couple of key kills here, I feel like, in the second half. But also, what do you do if you're Cloud9? You look at their money situation, obviously, and you figure it's going to be a buy here, of course. In fact, there's the op on Freakazoid. He'll probably hand it off to Skadoodle. There we go. Congrats to John Cena on winning an item. And the 3,900 other people that have won items this match. Where's my item, damn it? Where's my item? I want my knife. I need my knife. Okay, looks like we're going to be good to go here. We're zooming on with our 1-game series here of Cloud9 versus Luminosity. Once again, just making the point, Luminosity only 21% on the pick-em predictions. Started off very strong here, 5-0. They're up 12-11 now. People not giving them enough respect, perhaps, as they're looking really good. And by them, I mean, obviously as a team they are, but man, Coldzera, this player is something special. We'll see if he can keep it up throughout the event here. Fallen sees players, only one player pass. Sean Garris is now peeking it here with the M4. He's got the smoke down, though, so has that to barricade himself behind. A little bit different play this time around for Luminosity. So coming out of the pause, they are going to change it up. They're going to work towards catwalk the first time they've done so. A very, very quiet walk.
Smoke.
It's going to be up to Nothing right here. He's the one on the site platform.
Smoke.
And if he can get any kind of kills here.
Flashbang. Incendiary. Throwing a flashbang.
Here come the Molotovs, the flashes.
Throwing fire.
A lot of grenades coming out from catwalk. I think if you're in Cloud9, you probably suspect it now, if you didn't know already. They jump down towards the middle with those smokes to barricade once again. Nothing. He is going to peek here. He can't get the shot, though. Full tits at first. Sean Garris will get one, but Coldzera with a quick exchange. Shroud in the pit. He's able to pick off Coldzera. As Steel's going to get the flank on Skadoodle. That's a huge kill right there. That was the op coming over. What a play by Steel, figuring that would be happening, and positions himself perfectly. Now it's 3 versus 2. Cloud9 is going to save once again. They got the M4s on Shroud and Freakazoid, but they know this is not going to be a friendly round coming up in terms of economy. So they're just going to save what they got right here, as it is getting later on in the match, of course. 12-11 lead. This is going to be a 13-11 now. This next, every single round here on out. Obviously, everyone ultimately is important, but really gets in that clutch time. So strategy here from the side of Cloud9. They're going to get a kill out of it, too, on the Fur, as he was trying to pick them off. So it is the 13-11 score now of Luminosity here. They're going to go the double op strat, Fallen and Steel, both with the ops here on their side. AKs for the rest. As far as Cloud9, FAMAS on Sean Garris. The M4s on others. No head armor other than nothing here on the CT side either. That's pretty crucial right here.
Deploying flashbang.
Meanwhile, Fallen looking out B. You got Garrison, nothing. In the sight. With the smokes to help them, though, for the time being. You can tell after the pause, Luminosity really has kind of switched it up a little bit. They're not doing any more kind of aggressive long A play. Working more the B, working towards mid now. Maybe throwing Cloud9 off, figuring that that's what they were thinking. Playing the extra level mind games here.
Throwing smoke.
Looks like Bolts is working up towards Cat. I believe, yeah, Freakazoid's underneath. Yep, he's in the CT spawn area. He's having to keep the double doors protected, and needs to shortly here. They're going to be coming out. They're slowly walking out. Freakazoid is going to flash off the wall here. He knows they're coming. Skadoodle going to see them as well. He can't hit the shot, though. Coldzera does instead. Freakazoid will peek now. He gets one. A lot of flash, a lot of smoke, though. Chaos all over the place. Bolts, he's falling back here. Steel with the op. He's looking for a pick. He needs to look left. No, he doesn't. Nothing. Gets the dink, but not enough for the kill. Head armor doing work right there. And he hits the shot shortly after. Big shot there for Steel. Freakazoid, can he kill Fur here? Only 12 life. That Steel will go down, but no, he cannot. Bolts comes through. Good teamwork there. And the 2 versus 1. You got Fur looking for the plant.
Flashbang.
I think you got to go for this, man. Is he not going to go for it? No, he's going to go long A here. But yeah, it's 13-11. This will be 14-11. I don't know if he can risk saving it here. Got to try to make a play. He can't come through, though. Bolts is just too quick. Expecting the long A push right then, right there. Freakazoid perhaps a little frustrated. But it is going to be 14-11 now. Economy-wise for Cloud9. Not going to be the greatest buy right here. They'll have to settle where a couple of FAMASes, 3 in fact, and then 2 ops. Skadoodle and nothing going for the ops right here. So desperation, all in really is Cloud9. This is it. They lose this round. There's not a lot of hope for the final round. That's for sure. A lot of pressure, immediate push out catwalk, and that's the right choice. It was a 3-man push long A from Cloud9. However, Coldzera, he does hit the initial headshot. He actually hit that. Wow, that was an amazing shot. Shroud comes through with a headshot of his own, though. Here comes Fallen with the bomb plant, however. So they're going to take A very quickly. They get the plant down. Sean Garris, meanwhile, in the CT spawn. It takes a lot of damage. Gets still down to 2 life himself. But Sean Garris down to 19. Now he's at 0. Shroud, it's 1 versus 2. No, 1 versus 3. Steel with that 2 life. Shroud, he is actually going to fall back with the op. They're going to play for overtime, he says. But Economy, again, they're just not going to have a lot to work with here. They will have an op at least. Steel is going to get picked off by Shroud. But you can tell Luminosity knows he's on the run now. This could be scary, actually. If he doesn't look to his right in time. Oh, that was close. All right, so Cloud9 playing for overtime here in the group stage match. The first one for both of these teams. Can the Brazilians come through, get a victory here? Or will the Americans send it to overtime? They need to win 4 in a row. A tough task, but it is possible. Buy-wise, again, not friendly as expected. They got an M4, a couple of FAMAS. Throw the SMG in there. Coldzera coming out middle. Nothing, though. Gets the shot first. He takes his AK, but then he dies shortly after the Fallen in response. So thought he had something out of it. Did get the kill, but he couldn't pick up the gun in time and get out of there. Makes it a 4 versus 4 now. Patience from Luminosity here after the chaos initially. Quick peek there from Skadoodle. He misses the shot, though. Especially in this clutch time, you really want to hit those. And look at this, Luminosity walking towards B. They have not done a lot of B push here. in this second half. They're going to be going for it. Sean Garrett's going to be up to him. Going for Fallen, but he can't hit the shot. He had it. The back was turned, but it can't come through. Fallen does instead. And that could be the beginning of the end here for Cloud9. 4 versus 3. It's so tough to retake this. And you also have Bolts in a flank spot, too. This is dangerous here for Cloud9. Skadoodle, he's sitting in the CT spawn. He's dealing with Bolts. Meanwhile, Freakazoid and Shroud trying to break in. Down goes Skadoodle. Shroud was able to take out Fur, though. 3 versus 2. Make it 3 versus nobody. That's a victory for Luminosity. And they'll take out Cloud9 16-11 here in the group stages. Congratulations to Luminosity Gaming. What a performance by them. And they start 1-0 here in the group stages. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning into this cast here. My name is Breaky CPK, caster here. Just having some fun with some CSGO casting here in this DreamHack tournament that currently is going on. So appreciate it. Feel free to leave feedback below in terms of the casting here and whether or not you liked it. And I look forward to perhaps doing a couple more of these at least throughout this event. So thank you once again. You can follow me at BreakyCPK both on Twitter and Facebook, as well as my YouTube channel. That's where I'm posting these, of course. So thank you. Until next time.